So our next topic of discussion is switch capacitor. So this switch capacitor, basically we use some MOS with some two non-overlapping signals are used to control that switch, and that is these two non-overlapping signals are used, and if we use the filter with this type of switch capacitor, then these filters are called switch capacitor filters. But why do we require this switch capacitor? Basically we can realize a resistance by using a switch capacitor. So here in this figure you can see that how the resistors are implemented inside some wafer, and how it will take the larger space inside that process, and the value of the resistance is given here. But the problem with this resistance, which is that it will take a larger space. So there are so many advantages of using the switch capacitor. These advantages are, if we summarize that advantages, the first one is that it will provide a very high and value of resistor that can be achieved by using a small area. So that means a small area is sufficient to get a high value of resistance, and this process, this is temperature and process independent. If we use a switch capacitor, it will be a temperature and process independent. Transfer function with a negative resistance can also be obtained, and the better resistance value in terms of good tolerance, good matching, good temperature coefficient, and good voltage linearity and wide range. So these are the advantages of our switch capacitor process, switch capacitor system. Next we just go to the idea about how a resistance can be realized by using a switch capacitor. Suppose a resistance are connected with the voltage V1 and V2, some current I is flowing through that resistance. So if we assume that V1 greater than V2, then current I can be written as V1 minus V2 by R. Now let us consider some two capacitors. Let us consider the two capacitor and two switches are connected in this fashion. So S1 is one switch, S2 is another switch, and C is your capacitor, and V1 is your input voltage and V2 is your output voltage. So if S1 is closed and S2 is open, so Q1 equal to C into V1. If S1 is opened and S2 is closed, Q2 equal to C into V2. So the variation of charge in this case, Q1 minus Q2 equal to C into V1 minus V2. So this charge variation is which is transferred from voltage variation V1 and V2. So ultimately the current I can be represented by this charge variation by time t taken for that variation. So C into V1 minus V2 by t, so that is C into V1 minus V2 into FCLK. FCLK represent frequency of that clock that are required for switching that two switches 1 and 2. So this comparing these two expression, which of I V1 minus V2 by R equal to C into V1 minus V2 into FCLK. So we just after comparison we get the equivalent resistance R equivalent equal to 1 by C FCLK, where this one FCLK is the frequency of that switch, frequency of that not switch, frequency of that clock required to switch on and off that switch. So this R equivalent, so that means this R can be represented by simple switch capacitor, whose value is nothing but 1 by C into FCLK, F clock. Now if you take an example, let's say capacitor value is 5 picofarad and FCLK is equal to 100 kilohertz, then equivalent resistance R equivalent equal to 2 mega ohm. so that is a high value. If we go for the implementation of a simple resistance, it will take a larger space. So that is the biggest advantage of our switch capacitor. This two figure shows the clock frequency, clock two non-overlapping signals S1, that is phi 1 and phi 2, that are required for the implementation of switch capacitor. This slide shows the basic concept of this switch capacitor filters. Next we move on to the basic design of first order low pass filter RC cell. Here this switch resistance R can be represented by switch S1 and S2 with a capacitor C1, and this is shown in the figure. So transfer function can be written as Hs equal to 1 by 1 plus SRC2. So that can be represented by, this R can be represented by 1 by C1 FCLK. We just put that value, so then we can get this expression. Then the lower cutoff frequency of a low pass filter is given by Fc equal to 1 by 2 pi R C2. So that is, if you put the value of R, that will be equal to 1 by 2 pi C1 by C2 into FCLK. So we get a two important result: the cutoff frequency dependent on the ratio of the two capacitor value, and cutoff frequency is also tunable by varying the frequency FCLK of the signal or clock phi. So these are the two important parameter, two important observation we can confer. That first one is that cutoff frequency. From this expression it is clear that the cutoff frequency depends upon the ratio of these two capacitor C1 and C2, and also the cutoff frequency can be tunable. So that tunable means you can change that value by varying the value of FCLK of our clock frequency, of our clock signal. Again, next example is our first order low pass filter, active low pass filter using op amp. Here resistance R1 is replaced by a switch capacitor, that is shown in the figure 2. So here the transfer function is given by this expression, and ultimately we are getting H is equal to minus 1 by S C1 by C2 into FCLK, where the value we put the value of R, equivalent value of resistance R1, by using a switch capacitor. So we can say that our transfer function depends upon the value of ratio of C1 C2. Again, this transfer function, again the frequency dependent. So here with the clock, that the cutoff frequency Fc is equal to 1 by 2 pi C1 by C2 FCLK. So that is also tunable, and we can change the value of Fc, or we can move the value of Fc just by changing the clock frequency FCLK. So next we just observe that the circuit can be acting like a simple integrator. So if you calculate, then from this circuit it is clear that output is nothing but integration of that input voltage. So that's why it's called a integrator circuit. So you know all these things. So here this output voltage is almost proportional to the integration, time integral of that input voltage, according to that final expression V naught equal to 1 by R1 C2 integration of V1t dt. So next one, secondly, which you can say that here V naught can be written as C1 by C2 into V1. So ultimately output voltage is written in terms of C1 C2 and input voltage V1. So here this switch, so approximate the staircase waveform by a ramp, we note that circuit behaves an integrator. So it is clear from that picture. So our next topic of discussion is switch capacitor. So this